the only bed that your child should be in is the bed that you make.
Yeah.
I've always believed that. Yeah. Like sending your child across the world, like maybe like if your child is 18 and they can make their own decision, say, Mom, I want to learn the deen, I want to go, ahlan wa sahlan. Then you can support them, you can give them advice, but anything below the age of 18 should not leave their parents' house.
No, I
should
agree.
not.
Go have a conversation with your parents, yeah, and say, listen, what's wrong?
Are you
Listen,
serious?
hear me out. So just sit down and have a conversation with parents. Say, I want to get married. I'm at that age where I want to get. They're probably responding with, I know you should get married by now. They're probably already like, come on.
Yeah. And then
biological clock ticking.
Nimba why?
Say, do you know if you could ask on my behalf, not on my behalf, but like, wait, listen. Because they know every family knows a family of a family of a family that knows a family that knows, you know what I mean?
It's like CV out.
Yeah, get CV out. Just do that.
Men are getting more, call me crazy, but they're getting more sassier. Sassier by the
That's
year.
what I'm saying.
Honestly,
true.
They're getting sassier by the year. Men are bickering, arguing, going back and forth with females. Mahahadi, where you want to scratch the woman's eyes out. Like, you guys are appalling to society.
Hello, guys.
Welcome to Millennial.Mom.Pod. So let's get straight into this dilemma.
Let's get into it.
I've got a dilemma to read. So let's go. I need some guidance, sisters. I put my daughter in an Islamic boarding school. She comes only to visit me during her holidays. She is very distant with me, always lock herself in a room when I talk to her. She yells and tells me to leave her alone. We don't feel close anymore. I don't know what to do. ?
There's a distance because you don't see your child. Oh, so first of all, she didn't even mention any age, right? So
she's definitely young.
Kids, they need to be with their moms, you know what I mean, or the dad. They need their parents. Sending kids to boarding school, I don't know. Personally, I can't even trust my kid in a nursery setting.
There you go.
That's
Sending
true.
them off to boarding school is just another thing.
Yeah.
I would say the distance is because there isn't really much bond going on because your daughter is away, and you only see her during the holidays, which is they're not close. They're not around the corner. It could be 2 months till you see her?
So 3 months. So it's
That's a
probably
long
summer.
time.
That's a long time. Summertime, Christmas, you ask.
Are you even if you do the contacts over the phone,
it's not the same.
It's not the same. So the distance is mainly because you're not really bonding and you're not together all the time.
Yeah.
Even though that's also happening with daughters that aren't in boarding school. I think just use that time because you guys have daughters.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to go out
and do things
with
definitely,
them,
100%.
do a lot of activities, use that time to bond with them?
Yeah.
I feel like the crucial age, as you know, young, doesn't matter if it's daughter or son, is from age of of course newborn till 18 years old.
Yeah,
that is a crucial age for me.
So I agree with you.
You agree with that, don't you?
100%. I agree with you.
You can't leave your child. That sounds like a teenager.
That sounds like a teenager.
Age of 11 or 12-year-old.
But one thing we will say, we do salute and admire your strength for wanting to give your daughter the education of the deen.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
Of course.
Can't fault you for that. But there's other ways that you could teach your daughter. Because you don't know what's happening. She's across the world, God knows what. Yeah, we would like to think because she's going to an Islamic school, certain things ain't happening. But in this day and age, anything is possible. We see it all the time. Yeah. And some people might say, oh, it's just teenagers. Sometimes it's not. It could be a deeper root to this issue. Do you know what I mean? And that just sounds like she doesn't know how to communicate with you because she ain't got that bond with you, which I don't know. Obviously I can't fault her because she had the right intention, but the only bed that your child should be in is the bed that you make. Yeah. I've always believed that. Yeah. Like sending your child across the world, like maybe like if your child is 18 and they can make their own decision, say, Mom, I want to learn the deen, I want to go, ahlan wa sahlan. Then You can support them. You can give them advice. But anything below the age of 18 should not leave their parents' house.
No,
should
agree.
not.
No,
and it's a girl.
And it's a girl. They need protection.
It's extra protection for
but
a girl.
I think because she takes her to Islamic, I think it's a
Islamic,
woman's
it don't matter.
school.
I don't care what
it is.
It's a boarding school. You don't know what's going on at night.
We don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on during the day.
That's
You
true.
don't know what food they're feeding.
Facts.
That food could also impact the behavior as well.
Yeah.
So the diet is also important. You know what kind of food they're feeding.
Yeah.
What's going on at night. What's the structure. Honestly, I can't trust
Me neither.
my child to go to a boarding school.
Me neither.
Maybe for a summer program, but I probably wouldn't even do that either. But for
No,
a summer
program
you
would want
all
to be
year round.
It's like a sleepover.
It's a sleepover.
It's a sleepover.
It's like a sleepover.
Yeah, it is. With the strangers that you don't even know.
She's sleeping with other girls there.
Yes.
You probably don't know their mothers.
Yeah.
You know when you do sleepover, you want to exchange details with the parents, whatever.
But there is probably. But the thing is, the mothers are not aware what's happening because it's a boarding school.
So if you're
the
not
only
aware,
information that they get is either from the child or from the teacher. And as we know, children or like young kids, they don't tell you much. And if they get trained to keep secrets and all these malarkeys, then you're in it for something.
And it's very easy to manipulate young girls.
Young girls.
And
I think young
easy.
children.
Yeah.
I think young children.
Young children, just any boys,
vulnerable.
girls, they're very easy to manipulate at such a young age.
Yeah.
It is.
So I don't know. So my advice would be, I think ask her if she's truly happy going to this boarding school.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And see if there's an alternative that she can learn in Deen while she's at the house. You can take her to Duxie. At least you're picking her up and dropping her off. Or she can learn online. Or you can bring a a Duxie teacher to your house.
Yeah.
If you've got the funds, because clearly you've got the funds to take your daughter to boarding school, and that is costly.
Yeah.
So there is other alternatives that you could do rather than sending your daughter across the world.
So we do think the issue is the fact that she's been sent to boarding school, and that's why there's a distance between her and her daughter.
110%. But
we don't know.
But we don't know.
What was the relationship before boarding school? Were they close?
Probably,
were they distant?
They probably were close because you sound.
What was the reason? Like, clearly when you go to boarding school, isn't it supposed to be, Islamic boarding school? Isn't it supposed to be behavior, like respect your parents and things like that?
Yeah, but
clearly she's yelling and.
But you could teach one thing.
Tell you to leave her alone.
No. But I think that's just emotions. You know what I mean? Like she's allowed to express herself. And even though the daughter might not even know that she's coming across like in a blockage way, but that is just her way of expressing it, because she doesn't maybe she doesn't know how to express herself to you, or maybe something is happening she doesn't know how to tell you. So what you need to do is sit by the door, because she said that she
always lock herself in a room. That's what it says.
Sit by that door.
Lock up.
It says she always lock herself in a room.
Get that lock off. Sit there.
Yeah.
And tell her you love her. Tell her how much you care. Tell her, Mom, if you're not happy, I'm willing to take you out of boarding school. Like, what's going to make you happy? Keep trying, and inshallah, I hope that your bond gets better, because I don't think that you're a bad parent. I think these things can happen to anyone.
She had good intentions.
She had good intentions.
You had good intentions.
And you did. And you know what? Like, these things happen.
Because in the end, says we don't feel close anymore. So
they was. But the thing is, as teenagers, they do go through a lot. Yeah. They do go through that transition.
Yeah,
where
they
start their period, and then they're hormonal. They get very snappy.
Yeah.
And I remember myself as a teenager. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. I was snappy. Yeah. Very snappy.
And it's not like we can't even. Sometimes we can't explain why we are feeling a certain way.
But I think our snappiness came from somewhere, because you know what it is. Us Somali women, we have a lot of responsibility at home. Yeah. So a lot of people, when they finish work or they finish whatever, college, school, we want to come home to peace and quiet. You come through the door. Can read them papers. Call British Gas. And you're thinking, let me breathe. I just came from a long shift. I came from a long ass school, college.
Yeah.
I've been through the shits of it. And then I come home, yuppie. And then you're like, then you go to your room.
That's a teenager.
That's just a teenage. Mm-hmm. But I think, Adam people have it different. Yeah, mashallah. They just come home, just go to the bedroom, they just lay, watch a bit of telly. Mom comes in, you want a bit of dinner? That's it. We don't get that. You come to the kitchen when you're ready to eat, but you've got chores. That's the reason why we were snappy as well. Yeah. We did. And I don't think, baby, we had personal space.
No, we didn't.
We had to share rooms.
So
I've never had
my own bedroom. No,
we always share
with this monster.
We always have to share each other.
Me too. And now I'm sharing with my daughter. The sharing doesn't stop, babe.
No, I'm co-sleeping.
I'm co-sleeping, but about to train her, but even then, I think I'm going to be
That's
co-sleeping.
beautiful.
That's cute.
though.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
co-sleeping,
I love
I feel close with her.
sleeping
but-
with your child.
Yeah, while she's young.
See that bond there. You're already creating that bond.
Yeah.
I think co-sleeping really helps as well. With
Yeah.
bonding.
They said that.
Yes,
I think I
emotionally.
watched like a research, but yeah. Anyways, we'll get back to the
So you've given really good advice. I really
Yeah,
like that. Check
you-
in on
you-
her. Make sure she's really happy being at
Yeah.
boarding school. Find ways to spend quality time with her, and the
Yeah.
time that you have with her is probably very limited. That holidays go by very fast. So
Very
use
fast,
that time,
Yeah.
and instead of making her do chores and this, that, and the other, because
Yeah. Then you're not gonna have time with her.
you're not gonna have time with her. Take her out. Use that quality
Activities,
time
do
to
things that she likes.
do
Yeah.
things that she likes.
Yeah.
And teenagers around that time, they're very hormonal. So
But I feel like she probably misses her mom.
she probably
But
does.
she doesn't know how to express it to you, you know? Like she probably doesn't want to let you down because you spent so much money. And I know, yeah, like parents, like when we put so much into our child and they know that we've put, sometimes they feel the pressure, I have to stick through it. God knows, if she's getting bullied, she's still going to like stick through it just to see you happy, but she's not happy internally. So you just have to be like, maybe ask her, if you're not happy, I'm willing to take you out.
Yeah.
Forget the
Yeah.
money, because I know, because boarding school is expensive.
So what
It
is she
is.
doing when she's off to boarding school? Does she work?
Who, the mom?
Yeah.
She probably does, because it's
Of course,
probably
with the money that
hefty.
she's paying.
Hollywood.
It is expensive.
I mean, boarding school is not cheap.
Very,
either.
babe, day and night.
Yeah.
And then Quran classes.
And sleeping there as
It's
well.
very expensive.
It's very expensive. I know
But
this
that's
one
when
lady.
you lose. For me, that's when you feel distance.
Don't you
anyway.
want to educate them yourself? I would rather do homeschooling than
Me too.
send them off to
Like imagine you don't see your
110%.
child for a whole week or 2 or 3 weeks, but you
Yeah.
only hear it from the phone call or
Yeah.
It's not the same.
team
It's
meet.
not the
What do you
same.
call it?
It's not the same.
FaceTime. It's not the same. The connection, right? You
yeah.
feel distance, right?
Yeah.
And as a mother, you want to advise, you want to be there every step of the, the milestone.
Yeah.
Because the milestone don't stop. Like when they're fat.
Yeah.
It's until they're 17, you still see patterns. You want to know what they really like, their personality, and who they are as a person.
Yeah.
But if you leave them and they come back, of course, the bad's going to change. God knows if she'll
Yeah.
grow up
Yeah.
to be what you think she's going to be just because she's learning deen. It takes a real role model to show her like akhlaq, kindness, love, and stuff.
Yes.
And which, by the sounds of it, it sounds like you do have. Like I'm not saying that. but
She'd probably rather learn from
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
than from a teacher. At a
Yeah.
boarding
Or get the
school.
teacher in your house if
I agree.
if you're not
She
like
may
a
not be
Quran
close
hafiz.
to the teacher. You know when you have something like personal to
Babe,
talk
she's
about.
sharing. Do you know how many girls you share with boarding school? It's one bedroom with
Of
I
course.
can
How do you
imagine.
trust? This is what I mean.
And girls can also sexual assault.
I cannot trust a boarding school.
Me neither.
I don't care how good it looks on
Mhm,
paper,
But
mhm.
or
yeah.
where you hear good feedback or reviews
Yeah.
from somewhere saying this boarding school is amazing. I'm not sending.
It's like
my
Daqal Alis.
child-
Yeah.
It is like that. But at
Yeah.
least you're there,
You're there. Facts.
and then you leave them off the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But this is very different. This is like bye bye. You don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
and then you expect to still be close with
Facts.
them.
With that's what I'm
it's
saying.
different.
Yeah, it's
It's different
sad.
emotion. You don't have that
They-
close with other
Your,
people.
your daughter
No.
probably doesn't even know you anymore.
And
And you probably don't know your daughter anymore because 1 year, it only takes actually 1 year.
yeah.
to-
You change within a year. You're
you
right.
change a lot in a year.
Yeah, you're right.
That 1 year, and you only probably seen your mom or your dad
One time.
1 time or 2 times,
Mm.
Mhm.
and that's it for a short period of time. And then
Yeah,
the rest
you're
they're just
right.
at boarding school. Their whole life is shaped by boarding
Boarding
school
school.
and experiences at boarding school.
Yeah. And like,
That's
don't
sad.
get me wrong, like, I know, mashallah, you've got great intention, but for me, I don't know, like, there's more. I think people just think your kid needs to have deen, and that's it, they're set for life. Deen is vital. You can't. Deen is what we're gonna get tested as parents, that like that we've given them, like the knowledge, but also kindness and how they're supposed to be, and you should be there as a mother, and you're supposed to be protect them too. Do you get me? Because like, just because like she's going to an all-woman school, it doesn't mean certain things can't happen.
Yeah.
Just because, you know what I mean? Maybe like the
Yeah.
girls are in there, they're in there for trouble
Doesn't mean
reasons.
safeguarding is safe. in
Some
there.
mothers
You
might just
never
be
know
like,
what's
oh,
happened.
just take her to boarding school because they got the
Yeah.
money, but the intention ain't right. So you've got to know why your daughter is behaving. And I just think it could be a deeper root issue. I could be wrong, but I feel like she's trying to tell you something without telling you something, without
Yeah.
hurting your feelings. So you just need to make it out like, if you don't want to go Hoya, I'll take you out. Simple.
Also, at boarding school, you're putting I wouldn't say mask on, but like you trying to be the best version of yourself. And it can be tiring when you're in that environment.
They need to have a balance.
Now she's trying to be herself at home. So this is probably her only way of trying to be herself. And she's overwhelmed and overstimulated by the boarding school that now she just wants to be left alone. Because she's not got no privacy over there. So now she's having a privacy at home.
Do you feel like going to, go take her to a boarding school, Islamic boarding school, change her personality?
I don't know. I don't know if it's the boarding school that could be an issue or if it's her internally. Maybe she's just not happy. Maybe she wants her mom. Because, babe, every child in that needs to, it's like us mom, like chucking us.
We don't even, take away the boarding school. Teenagers do act like that, regardless.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
So it's like, we already covered this. Quality time. That's it. I feel like the only way, because yes, we don't have teenage daughters, but we've been a teenage daughter.
Yeah,
we've been there. We know.
We've been there, trust me.
But we also have teenage siblings. And we seeing this happen, and it's all about quality time.
Quality time. I feel like there's difference with teenager boy and teenager girl, because teenager girl, we go through period, right?
Yeah,
every
hormonals
month. So
and everything. Yeah,
we are extra
emotional. And
very
girls
agitated.
are usually sassy. Let's be honest. Girls are quite sassy.
So you have to be extra careful.
But I don't know. Like my gut instinct is telling me, I don't know if this is just my instinct. I don't know. There's definitely a deeper root.
What does your gut instinct tell you? Mother have great
intention, but
great gut instincts. They have intuitions. What does your gut tell you?
I don't know. My gut is telling me that she's probably, I don't know. Maybe she's my gut is telling. I'm going to tell you straight. I just think because it's all girls like school.
I hope so.
Probably, definitely. I think she could be, hypothetically, maybe getting bullied. Maybe something is happening. Inshallah, that's not the case. But I don't, because when you're away that long, we like to think, because it's an Islamic school, they're going to treat you right. They're going to do good. You don't know. These people are in there for God knows how many hours of the day. If they ain't got TV, they're going to entertain themselves. And that's by doing probably, I don't know, girly things, but maybe bitching or gossiping or maybe hurting. I don't know. So I would just say, like, you have to talk to your child, because it could be maybe a deeper rooted issue than just saying this is how girls act when they're teenagers. It could be, but also it could be a deeper rooted issue.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
We covered it all. Really.
Yeah. You done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got something to say?
Got anything
for
to
me,
add?
honestly, I would not take my daughter to Islamic school. That's just in general. Because I'm so paranoid.
And
I'm really very overprotective.
I don't Islamic boarding school.
Islamic boarding school in general.
Okay,
even if it's boarding school, doesn't matter if it's boarding school, Islamic boarding school in general.
Why would you, Naima?
I would not take my
child
kid
to boarding school.
To daughter.
No, because she said she would never take a child to Islamic school
or any boarding school.
From boarding school.
Boarding school. Or boarding school.
Both.
Yeah, both. Yeah. I would not, even though it's boarding or Islamic boarding school, I would not take her there. Sorry.
Oh, it says boarding in both.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
And if I had to choose between which boarding, definitely
I have
would
trust
go Islamic.
Issues. I'm too paranoid. I don't know who's adult.
Why is boarding even an option?
It is in different countries.
Why is that even an option?
Babe, Somali...
you don't have to take them there.
You don't have to. Like, I cannot. I would rather teach my kids. I'd rather be homeschooled. I'd rather quit my job and teach them.
Yeah.
And then also get them in, or if I'm not knowledgeable in certain areas.
But nowadays
where
you can watch,
where you can actually see your child.
Like now you
see what you're doing. You've got a camera set up in your room.
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like even though my daughter lives with me, call me psychotic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a camera set up in my daughter's room. Even though there's no one living with us, I just do it because when she's sleeping there by herself. And once the tutor comes, because I've got the tutor.
Private tutoring.
Yeah. I still want to know because I'm going to be downstairs. God knows. Yeah. I want to see what is going on.
Mm.
And I feel like that is just a natural mother instinct. And I feel like you would do that. You would do that, Naima.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think all of you mothers would do that. I don't know if it's
Is this like a millennial thing?
It's just a millennial thing.
We don't trust.
I think we're quite overprotective.
Yeah, it could be overprotective, but I think we're also being wise here. Like we truly don't know what's going on.
This world is evil.
Very evil.
Very evil.
Every day on news, I'm hearing suicide.
Safeguarding issues.
Safeguarding issues is a big problem.
There's safeguarding issues going on, and no one really protects your kid better than yourself. So I feel like this sounds like, well, this is just a distance issue. So hopefully it's just that, and that you could fix that through quality time. That's what I would
rebuild
say.
that connection. Yeah,
I definitely agree.
Okay, so let's move on to the next
So
dilemma.
the next dilemma would be, Salam sisters, I love your podcast. I have a dilemma. I am 28 years old.
Yeah.
I am struggling to get married. Men do not know how to communicate with me, and using the apps are hell, basically. So the question is, where do people meet, like women meet men?
I've got. Okay, Naima, you start.
No, you go.
No.
You go first.
You go.
Okay, Hodan, you go.
No, but she's right. It's trenches out there.
Hodan, you ready?
Well, I've been through where, 28 years old, yes, it is tough. Because the older you get, the more pickier you become, by the way. So using the app like Muzmatch or Muz,
it
is hell.
Can we not mention the app names?
Why?
Why not?
Why not?
So what? This is my opinion.
Talking bad about the app.
Well, it's the truth.
No, it's the truth, baby. It's
true.
truth. And a lot of people experience the same thing as
I mean, I've used it, but I did get married through that app, sorry.
Really?
Yeah, I did get married. I met my partner there, yeah.
But that is after
my partner.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so you talk about your experience first then.
Okay, go.
So, well, it took me ages. For me, I was just enjoying my, single life.
That's how it's supposed to be, though.
That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be worried meeting men out. Where's men? Where is, just don't stress about that. Mm-hmm. So I just have fun with the app. I've just used the app called Mus. Literally just have fun talking. Yes, it is hell.
And I remember you wasn't even taking it serious.
I wasn't taking it serious.
What was your intention behind it then? If you're going to go up,
my intent was to get married, but none of the men are getting, taking serious anyway.
They're not serious, baby.
So you're serious, but they're not serious.
They're not really serious now. So when they're not serious, I'm not serious from them. I'm like, forget it. So I left it on the side, whatever. So just go with the flow. Okay. Don't take it too serious with the app. Yeah. Just go with the flow, which I did anyway. And then after that, I've just literally, so I was off it on and off for a while. And then I did meet someone on that app where we exchanged it to another social media. Yeah. So I've deleted that app, the dating app. So we just start talking on the social media, which is Facebook. And and then I was off it. That time I wasn't ready to settle down. I was just going through a lot. Yeah. So then after that, as time goes by, we rekindle, and it was Allah from there. Yeah. So so I get what you mean. That. I do get what you mean.
It does work.
It does work,
but it could be.
It depends, babe.
It really depends.
It's like lottery.
Yeah, it is. It's
bingo,
like lottery.
Bingo. You got yourself a husband. It's one in a.
It's lottery.
1 in 100.
Yes.
Bingo.
She's right.
1 in 100. I'm telling you, babe.
What is your experience with
babe?
The app?
The
app worked for you. And what's your experience?
You know what? Like the thing was, Muzmatch for me, it wasn't ideal for me personally.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't. Not firstly, Harta, I feel like Muzmatch gets promoted differently. Or the series, they all want to get married. So I went in there just being curious and seeing, because at that point, I wanted to get to know someone to see if I could find someone that is maybe on my level and stuff. And as I was getting to know them, they're not serious. And you know what? You'll see, like, I'm not being judgmental, but you see guys throwing gang signs. This is Muzmatch. Okay, I might not be wearing a mustard, but I'm not doing baddie. You know what I mean? And he's throwing gang signs, babes. Yeah, I can see. And I'm thinking, you want to chat to me? What can you bring me?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So I was like, this absolutely. And then but then I did meet a guy on there. He was really, really lovely, mashallah. Mm-hmm. But as I gradually got to know him, I got the ick.
Okay.
No, it's just so bad. You know what? And once a woman gets the ick, it's finished.
What was
can never go back.
Babe, the ick was so... Babe, it was just like, he was oversharing his problems.
I'm
already... You know what I mean? Like, me as a woman, like us women, like,
he's being vulnerable with you. That's good, isn't it?
No, I don't want vulnerable. I want you to show me your masculinity. I want you to show me your masculinity.
She wants to be sharing the problem.
Yeah,
not the other way around.
That's what I'm trying to say. Babe, and you know what it is? He wouldn't, babe. I couldn't even say, babe. Oh my God, now you don't understand how. And I think I told you, like, the minute I say to him, like, like, how's your day? Oh my God, that's such a bad day. This happened. And I'm like, this guy's he's gonna drain me. And he used to always say this.
Oh, so it feels like a burden, like
burden.
On you.
And his favorite word was nikah, 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 nikah. I'm like, you say nikah, nikah, but all you're giving me is negativity. I'm like, no, I'm marrying you. Boof, I got to I deleted the whole app, babe.
Boof.
And then I've learned one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people put time in and, like having a kid at a certain age or community and stuff like this. But wallahi, a lot of people forget this. All Aleph has been written 1,000 years ago when we was in our mother's womb. So imagine you stressing yourself, giving yourself gray hair and decaying so my advice is look your best.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the dating apps. Okay, if you want to go in there, don't.
So where's she gonna meet? Where's she gonna meet them?
So that's what I'm trying to say. So look your best. Go about your day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And organically you'll meet someone.
Yeah.
Somehow you're gonna meet your Aleph.
Yeah.
If it's written for you, it's already been written for you 1,000 years ago.
What if she doesn't go out? What if she's? What do you mean, like?
Doesn't matter if you don't have to go out.
Then go to get a good
I'm
choke.
talking about
Amazon, they drop deliveries. Just make sure you look good.
Things like that.
And as soon as you see them
going around the corner to the shops.
You think it's gonna be someone knocking on the door?
Babe,
hey?
now it's 2020.
Uber
Anything
Eats.
is possible.
Stop
Uber Eats.
it.
Yes,
Stop it, guys.
Going on an
I'm telling
Uber.
you.
Be for real.
No, go to the cafe.
Yes, it's true.
Babe, it's true. Well,
You're meeting them through what?
You never know where you meet. It could be Uber.
Babe,
Eats
let me
or
tell you,
Eats.
yeah. Even gardeners.
Yes.
You can get beautiful Muslim, babe, I'm telling you, it's out there somewhere. It doesn't have to be a dating app. It could be socializing. It could be go on holiday. Maybe your Aleph isn't in the UK. But what you shouldn't do is overthink. And one thing that I realized, babe, a lot of females compare to other females where they're at a stage. Just because your friend got married, just because your cousin got married, and you thinking, what? How come I'm not married? How come I ain't got a kid? It's going to happen.
Yes.
Have sabr, have iman. Because let me tell you, marriage is not as easy as you think it is. Yeah,
No.
It's beautiful. The support is there. But I would say travel the world, enjoy your life. If you're young, if you're 28, you sound like you want marriage. Your energy will come to you. What you attract is what you will get. So don't worry.
I agree.
That's
I
it
love
from
that.
here. No stress.
What about you?
What about you?
So she's asking, where do women meet men?
There's like
So I met mine through social media.
Oh.
But that's during the pandemic.
But
2020.
what app?
Instagram.
Okay, so then you talk about
But that's like I said, once in a what?
But
Because
like a lottery.
I didn't have my Insta account is dead.
But
I know
a lot of
it
people
was.
get married on Instagram. Am I wrong? Or am I right?
They
'Cause
probably
I don't
do
know.
now.
Social media, definitely social media.
Yeah.
So have you got an Instagram?
Make sure you've got social media accounts and make sure you're active. You're actually using it. It doesn't look like a dead account.
Yeah.
Like it's being used and you're traveling, you're posting some interesting content or something. Just get yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way. Because if you're nowhere on social media and you're not using the apps,
That was me, babe. You
and then
described me.
you're just in your bed and you go to work.
That's
you
me.
come back. How you expect to meet someone?
That's so true.
I feel like alhamdulillah, I honestly genuinely felt like I wasn't gonna marry ever.
Yeah,
I was in that position. I was
that.
28 when I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 28. I remember, wallahi, 27, 28. I said, maybe marriage is not for me. These men out there
But
did
you want to get married?
I wanted to get married, but when I saw the quality of men,
Yeah.
I was
You was like,
she was
forget
worried.
it. Like, I'd rather be single
yeah.
than get married because they're, like she's right, they're so bad at communicating.
Very bad at communicating.
Some of them don't even get back to you until 2, 3, 4,
But
5
don't wait
days
for them.
later.
Yes.
That's
Like,
true.
what's that all about?
Yeah.
You can't be that busy where you can't
Yeah.
even reply.
Yeah, I agree.
And then also,
Or at least communicate and say, oh, you know what, I've got work, I've got this going on. I will get back to you by the end of the day or something.
Yeah.
Or the next day, I don't know. But either way, you have to communicate.
yeah.
You can't just, and we're not clingy either. We love
We're not.
communication and reassurance. We need
Reassurance, yeah. Consistency.
And
as well.
consistency.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So,
yeah.
but there are a lot of
Yes.
them
I
that
agree.
just don't communicate properly.
But don't you feel like when a man kind of knows and smells that you want marriage, so to that
No,
point,
you don't give that vibe.
Yeah, no. But some women, they keep married. Stop that as well. Act like you are the prize.
Yeah.
Men will never ever be the prize. You will go through childbirth. Yeah, you will go through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is not just the
No,
beginning.
I would say make sure they know you're not playing about. That's
Yeah,
one.
yeah, of course.
And also, don't be in no situationship.
No,
Don't be in no in between. I don't know what's going on.
and don't wait
If
months
you-
to get married as well.
Don't get most. Okay, yeah. Don't take some men. They take the They
do. They'll be like, oh, shaka we're ready. I need to look for a house. Can you wait?
Excuse me. Get out of my life. What am I in your life for? Don't hang on to me in general, when you haven't got your shit together.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave me be. Stop cock blocking.
Cock blocking, facts.
So have you got, for me, my timeline is 3 months maximum.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know, you guys both discussed marriage and it's going to happen.
And within those 3 months.
Don't go over that long. That's just the timeline.
3 months is a bit too long for me.
Yeah, no. But within...
I would know straight.
You would know. You know straight. Yeah, you know straight away.
But 3 months, I think
3 months.
Because look, imagine everything. To get the house, to get everything sorted. So just give him 3 months.
Don't talk to me then.
No,
get your shit together before you talk to a woman.
But nowadays, babe, in this,
yes, I agree.
But in this society, babe, let's be honest, they're not ready like that.
So why are you talking? You can't afford
because their mother is telling them the same thing.
But you need to get your stuff together.
Before.
What do they call it? Put the ducks in a row. Get your stuff in order first before you even think
come and
about
talk to me.
Talking to a woman.
Yeah, I agree.
Facts.
What are you wasting your time
I feel like I just
for?
want to play around with it and flirting and then in and out like a yo-yo. Oh, yeah, I want to marry you,
so
blah,
that
blah,
means
blah.
And
next you know, they're out.
They just want to have fun then. They're not serious. And the way you know whether they're serious or not is the way they communicate with you. If you see them just disappearing, they're not interested. Keep it moving. Yeah. Why are we waiting around for a guy that is not interested?
Yeah.
You know. They don't have to tell you, by the way.
They don't have to, you can see the actions.
I don't like
they don't tell you anyway.
Don't wait for them to say, I'm not interested, I don't like you. Because they usually just tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So you
that's
know
facts,
through their actions.
Say that again. Yeah. That's facts.
So to see how they are, how they behave through communication. If they're not communicating, bye. If they're not, talking, like even we're talking, what are they talking about? There needs to be substance when you're talking.
Substance, yeah.
Yeah? We're not talking about, now, what's your favourite colour? Get that out of the way.
No.
Like, let's see, what's your goals? What's your life plan?
Ask your hypothetical
questions.
Okay.
A lot of hypothetical
That's very
questions.
important.
You know a person through a lot by asking a lot of even though hypothetical questions, they can lie as well. They can spin around and say certain things to make themselves look good when really, but that's why you keep asking because they will slip. Okay.
Yeah, they will slip.
So, how would you meet them? I would say social media is a good way now.
Social media,
we're in a digital era. So
Snapchat, put it on public if you got nothing to hide.
Get off Snapchat if you're above 28. No,
that's
done.
Snapchat is not that bad.
I don't like Snapchat is kids for me.
No, it's not.
Okay, yeah, it is true. It is kids, but I feel like if you've got the people that you grew up with, it's not as bad. And also, like, if like your friends, if they're married, ask them also, if they got husbands and whatever, just say, oh, my stuff. I don't know, because you seem like you really want to get married, so maybe ask around without looking desperate.
Ask your family. What's wrong with?
I never ask my
family. No, not ask your family. But
they're gonna pop up with a cousin.
No, not a cousin, guys. Just go have a conversation with your parents. Yeah, say, listen, what's wrong?
Are you serious?
Hear me out. So just sit down and have a conversation with parents. Say, I want to get married. I'm at that age where I want to get. They're probably responding with, I know you should get married by now. They're probably already like, come on.
Yeah. And then
biological clock ticket.
Nimba why?
Say, do you know if you could ask on my behalf, not on my behalf, but wait, listen. Because they know every family knows a family of a family of a family that knows a family that knows, you know what I mean?
It's like CV out.
Yeah, get CV out. Just do that. Go through.
I don't know. It depends on the family. Ain't no way in hell.
Nothing wrong with arranged marriage, by the way.
No, there isn't.
And it can be done
well. My pride is too big. Me sitting with Hoya.
My mom
would laugh at me. ما أنا نين كورة ديا. أنا اللي حدن شرا. بان دتك هو ديا. Mom will cuss me out.
Which did happen to me. Remember?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Sorry, I love my mom.
If you've got
no, you need to let them know what you're looking for, because our parents will just get the ones that they think
they should be suitable.
She did that. Remember?
What did she get for you?
She got me the opposite. I was not into that.
So how did it look?
Oh yes, I remember.
I was like, oh, I did a ghost.
Huh? You ghosted on?
No, I literally just said no. I didn't really ghost, but I just said to Hoya like no. Sorry.
It's just
I was about to get arranged.
It's like different personality.
In Dubai, I said no.
Oh, you were about to get arranged?
Yeah, babe. It was my ayaya. So basically, it was my ayaya from Sheffield. She was like, Nimba Kohaya, da. So she introduced me to him as in like, in a tigag, like, like tribe wise.
Yeah.
So I was talking to him, we just started talking of Somali, whatever. We hit off, yeah. But for me, I'm seeing him as family, even though he's not my real family.
Yeah.
So we started talking. This guy, I could see like he's calling me every day more, texting me, and I'm texting him back in Somali, but I'm just being nice.
Oh, he only speaks in Somali?
No, English a little bit, but more Somali and Arabic.
Okay.
And then that's when he said to me, "Oh, I got your dad's number." My dad back then was in Somalia.
Yeah.
So he called my dad, and he was sending my dad like ma'us, sending Hoy gifts. He was sending me abaya. I still don't know. Hoy is smiling. Babe, I'm such a fresh. Babe, well, I didn't know. So I was taking this. Oh, he's getting me gifts. And then he said to like my dad in Antaba, my dad being my dad. Uncle C. He didn't ask me. Uncle C, yeah, kunti they like who? My dad calls me up, or my dad up top. I was like, I was like, there's this guy, Ki Mgranasa in Aptigaga or Chugu Dubai, Kurso, and I'm not gonna lie, he had a life over there, beautiful life. I said to my dad, no way.
What was the reason?
The reason was Horta, I'm not moving to Dubai.
Okay.
Secondly,
did
wouldn't be compatible in the long.
Did you know from day
I
one?
didn't feel it. It wasn't like, for me, there was no connection. For me, I just saw him as family. Do you get it? And out of respect, I was talking to him, being like,
What
so
was
do
he? Your uncle, your cousin?
So it's just tribe, but we're not really related. But for me, I don't know, guys, because we're fish and chips, is everyone goes through this, like, when you talk to people like your family or anyone that's your tribe, we see them as family.
Yeah.
Even wallahi, even as family friends that I've known. Like
just
one
family.
of my aunties was like, no, we're family. She's like, family.
Oh my God, we're the same.
We're family.
I'm the same. You're the same. We all
we're all the same.
Our
think
family
this is
as just family.
We're just family.
Be a
big one tribe.
distant relative.
It don't
family.
matter. I'm not messing with you. So I just said no.
So you said no because you couldn't change
I
that.
couldn't, and then he wouldn't give up. He was still sending gifts. Till the day he talks to Abba. He recently got married, mashallah. I'm so happy for him.
That's good.
But even after, when he knew that I was single, mom was single, he came back in my life. And he still wanted
you.
He really wanted me. So I was like, okay, I still got the sauce. But I was like, Mukuraba.
Why?
Abba goes to me, Dubai, but the children are not coming like Dubai. I don't for Salah.
What's going on?
And I said,
girl?
I want to be in UK. I want to be near
Mukuraba.
Babe, I don't know. Like, do you know what it is?
The family, they don't look at the compatibility and chemistry, do they?
There's a compatibility.
Babe, I'm telling you, in the long run, I don't think we would have been compatible.
Yeah, compatibility is a big thing.
I don't think I'm
a huge thing. You can't just
marry.
marry.
Yeah, and he was, babe, and you know what it is? He was very religious. Do you know what I mean? But one thing that I admire, you know what? And this is what I would say: like, religious people don't judge. Yeah. They give dua, they give like good words of affirmations. The ones that claim to be religious and they bash people, nah, don't call yourself like religious, because your iman is still not high. But his iman was so high, man. He used to send me like du'as, he used to send me like reminders, and I used to say to him, do you get it? And I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And then he said to me, do you know what I mean? And by that you can do it gradually. And I love that. That's one thing I can say in a man. So my type masculinity, but it just wasn't for me. I saw him as a brother.
So what are you looking for, girl? You don't want a guy that complains and wants to be vulnerable. You don't want a guy that lives across the world.
Yeah, I don't want a guy across the world. No, you know what it was? I think when my alaf comes, I won't be able to say no. I think there's certain ways that I can deflect in certain things. But I feel like, also, like the way I am now, wallahi, I can put my hands on my heart. I'm not rushing to it. If it comes to me, I'll welcome it. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But I don't want someone that is in the family or has. I don't want to be. I know we're not going to be
You know what you want.
Because if something happens, your whole family is kapot based. You get it? It's broken. It's broken.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. So for me, that's the only thing. But other than that, I would love to describe my type, but I don't want you guys to take your notes and you're like coming swinging your thingy.
Don't tell them what you're looking for, because they become the person.
My type is my type, and when it comes, I'll welcome it. Until then, ahlan wa sahlan. So what about you?
Hodan? That's good.
What about you? No, I mean like what do you think of this?
What do you think of arranged marriage?
Yeah.
No.
There's nothing wrong with arranged marriage.
It just depends.
So would you do it, Naima?
Arranged marriage, if I had the option, like if I'm at that point where I feel like, okay, you know what, I'm not really meeting anyone and I've done everything I possibly can. What were you shocked for? I would have been like,
that's your last resort.
That's my last resort. There's a difference between arranged and forced. Okay, this is not.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no.
I would be like,
but a lot of arranged has worked.
So you ask Hoya for help.
Hoya, please help, because
a girl's
And
struggling.
so if Hoy gives you
Yeah.
like a guy who's completely,
No, I'll give her the criteria.
So you give them
I'll give her the
criteria.
criteria, give her a list of things that I need, like what my priority is.
So,
But I'll probably give her a list of deal breakers rather than a list that I'm looking for. Because if he doesn't have a drive, I'm sorry.
no, say it.
For me, a deal breaker is when somebody can't drive.
Yeah.
And unless you have a medical reason, for not being able to drive.
I remember this.
Wallahi, I do not want a guy that doesn't and I want to say doesn't know how to drive, like he doesn't have a license either. I need someone that has a driving license and has a car, because I am not going to be doing all the school drop-offs and pickups and the groceries and that, and I will do them, but I can't be the only one doing that. I can't be the one that's doing everything. I feel like a car is important, so I would do
life skill.
I would just write the
criteria
deal breakers
that you want.
What I want, but I'll probably focus more on deal breakers. I'm like, oh yeah, if he doesn't have that deal breaker.
Yeah.
But if he has these things, then we can start and have a conversation.
But what about the age thing? So like we go back to the age thing, because I feel like when you get to a certain age, a lot of women fall into this victim mentality. Oh, I'm a certain age, I'm just gonna get married, and they get married to the first pick.
It was the opposite for me. It was the opposite for me.
Settle
the
down.
older I got, the less I wanted to get married, because I was getting, like you said, you become pickier.
Yeah.
You become pickier, and you're just like, I'm good over here by myself. Like, I don't mind living with my parents for the rest of my life.
Babe, you know the funny thing is,
probably.
I feel like the way I was when I was younger is the exact same mentality that I have. Like,
really, I've changed my mentality.
No, so I mean, as in like, not as in like, I still believe I will never be settling for less. I want what I give, and the guy should give at least 80% of that back. Because if I come to the table and a guy tells me, what do you bring to the table? I'm walking the F out the table. Don't ask me that. That's too much aggression. And a lot of guys be like, what do you bring to the table? Don't ask a woman that, because she brings a lot to the table.
With the legs.
Yeah, she's bringing her ovaries. She's bringing her mental.
We do. We're doing a lot.
Her mental health, everything. She's bringing everything. She's leaving her family. It's a new territory for us, and for you guys to even ask us that is salty. So I'm bouncing. Any guy that asks what brings you to the table, bounce.
What
leave
do they
that
mean?
table. I'll leave you on the table
like,
alone.
What like? There's a
lot.
lot.
A woman?
As in like, what do you bring to the table?
Shopping
as in like,
to them.
as in like, like, you know how a woman says, but I want a guy like this, and but what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Oh, but I want a guy like this. They get like, it's defensive.
Yeah.
And I feel like the years has changed now. Men are getting more, call me crazy, but they're getting more sassier. Sassier by the
That's
year.
what I'm saying.
Honestly, they're getting sassier by the year. Men are bickering, arguing, going back and forth with females. Well, you want to scratch the woman's eyes out? Like, you guys are appalling to society.
I agree.
There's a lot of good men out there.
There are.
Why they are. There's a lot of good men out there, right? But where are they? Right?
Where are you guys hiding?
I've met mine, but I genuinely felt like it was like lottery. Like, it was
bingo.
Odds, like
bingo.
Where were you?
But you know what?
I did pray istikhara.
Yeah.
I prayed tahajjud. I did pray. I prayed for what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I was focusing on myself. I was trying to be.
That's a good one. Say that again, babe.
I was focusing on myself, and I was trying to be the best version
of yourself.
I was doing everything that I can do to be ready for marriage.
Yeah.
And then I was praying as well at the same time and asking Ilahi, like, this is what I want. I got that.
See? So,
and what she did,
you focus on being ready.
That he removed.
Yes, I know.
He removed a person that was wasting my time.
Oh yeah. He's just. Go on, speak on that.
He's gone.
Yeah.
All these gone made space for the right person to come into my life. Alhamdulillah. And that was all through praying.
There you go. See? So there you go, sis. But
do that.
So I would say just and have patience. Don't look at a number. Look at the quality of man that you want to settle with, because at the end of the day, it's you that's marrying this person. It's not the society. It's not your friends. It's not your neighbor. It's you that's going to live with this guy. So choose a very good quality man that suits you.
She is.
I would say life is not
wisely, but she's just honestly coming across men that don't communicate, and that's quite common. Because
that is.
There's so many out there.
Yeah.
Men, come on, communicate better, please. I know there are men out there that do communicate well, But there's a lot of them in the UK.
But I feel like those guys are not interested. Like honestly, the reason why they're not communicating, they're not interested.
Yeah, you're right.
Guys know what they want. If they want it, they're like hyenas. They're gonna come running at you, and they're gonna come and catch you.
I met mine, so we got married within 6 months of knowing each other.
That's how. With mine, we had consistent communication.
There you go.
And communication is key. Yeah. So make sure the guy communicate consistently. Right, it doesn't matter if he's working or, he's busy in life. He will let you know he's busy. He'll say, I'll get back to you. Whether it's tonight, whether it's next morning, next day, he'll let you know. Yeah. So that's a green tick for me from there. So we had that communication, alhamdulillah. So that's where that attracts me more, that one.
And it's rare to find those type of guys that are
it's rare.
But I feel like the ones that really, truly want to
pursue you and want to future,
they will.
Yeah.
If anything, they're on your case.
Babe, like even though I'm single now, so I can give you this advice. I'm talking, to a few brothers. I'm not gonna say one because I believe a woman should keep her options open, but they are consistent in their communication because I know they want to pursue me. The minute I see lack of communication, I'm not waiting around thinking, when's he going to text me? But I'm going to live and enjoy my life.
So you don't do all eggs in one basket?
No, I don't do all eggs in the basket.
Do you do all eggs in one basket?
No, babes. My time is going tick, tick, tick. And
that's probably how I wasted my time.
No, back in the day.
Why are you ready for all?
I don't know. I've learned the hard way.
Yeah, but I feel like, babes, because when you're young, you've got a bit of time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you get older, you don't have time for BS. And I'm telling you, life, especially when you're like adult, we got bills to pay. We're working. We're stressing. We don't need someone to text us no, just talk, just focus on you, sis. Yeah. And the guys will come. If they're interested, they will come. Work on yourself. Maybe go gym. Work on your social media. Be patient with abs. Ask your mom, like what Naima said, ask your mom, see if you can help out. Maybe ask your friends if they're married, if they've got their husband's friends
mutual
or single.
friends. Go out and go to events.
Go to events, go to
I would
Islamic
say life
events.
is not a race, so just enjoy your time.
Thank you, say that again.
Life is not a race.
Life is not a race. I don't care if you're 31, 32. Because there is a lot of females that especially here in the city that there's a lot of girls who aren't married, and mashallah, they are so beautiful. They're living their best life, and I believe every single one of you guys will get married. And when you guys do, please give us an update. Let us know, especially you let us know how this story went for you, because we would love to know when you get married, inshallah, and you will.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to add to that?
I love that.
That's it. We've covered everything.
We have covered everything.
Is it done?
We'll make dua for you, girl, because we really need we us women deserve a really good man. And vice versa, men really
deserve a good woman as well, because they go through that too.
They go through as well. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right.